तेरे लिए शिकार भी बनूंगा, शिकार भी करूंगा, सिर्फ तेरे लिए।
बचपन में क्रिकेट खेलते समय एक लड़का देवा के व्यक्तित्व को कटआउट कह के रेफर करता है, जो आमतौर पर फैंस के द्वारा यूज किया जाने वाला शब्द है। डायरेक्टर ने इस रेफरेंस का यूज मूवी में प्रभास के स्टारडम का एक जश्न मनाने के लिए किया है। However, Salaar is much more than that. There was once a sultan, leader of Persian dynasty. और पर्शियन साम्राज्य के सुल्तान को चाहे कितनी भी मुश्किल क्यों ना आए, वो अपनी खूंखार सेना को बिना बताए सिर्फ एक को कहते थे। सुल्तान जो भी चाहे वो उसे ला कर देता और जो ना चाहे उसे मिटा देता था। उसका नाम, यू गेस्ड इट, सलार। माँ, दोस्ती, खून खराबा और खानसार की कश्मकश को अपने मजबूत कंधों पर लेकर चलते हैं प्रभास। बिल्ड ओनली फॉर द बिग स्क्रीन्स, इसे उग्राम की रीमेक बताया जा रहा था। केजीएफ से लिंक की खबरें भी आई थी, लेकिन प्रशांत नील की फिल्म सलार, जो देखने के बाद पहली बात जहन में आती है कि इसमें उग्राम और केजीएफ की फीलिंग्स तो है, बट ये पूरी तरह से सलार है, अ मैग्नम ओपस ऑन इट्स ओन।
देवा,
कहानी दो दोस्त वरदराजा मन्नाल प्लेड बाय पृथ्वीराज और देवव्रता प्लेड बाय प्रभास की है। देवा वर्धा पे अपनी जान छिड़कते हैं और शुरुआत में कुछ ऐसा हो जाता है कि देवा और उसकी माँ उसके एहसान तले दब जाते हैं। देवा moves to तिनसुकिया along with his mother, living a casual life laid with shadowy past. शांति तबाही में तब तब्दील होती है जब कुछ गुंडे आराध्या की तलाश में वहां पहुंच जाते हैं। देवा comes to the rescue and saves her, but in the process discovers that it's a grand scheme of his best friend Vardha. Who is Aradhya? Why is she so important to Vardharaj? खानसार ने बहुतों की कहानी बदली, पर खानसार की कहानी तब बदली जब दो जिगरी दोस्त कट्टर दुश्मन बन गए। और क्यों, इसे जानने के लिए तो आपको सलार देखनी होगी।
राजमन्नार के लौटते ही वर्दा सरदार बनेगा।
In a recent interview, Prithviraj did mention that while Neel was narrating him the script, it was concluded that the climax of the movie would be moved to the interval block, and the interval block of Salaar's Part 2 Shauryanga Parvam would be moved to the climax of Part 1. When you watch the movie, you will immediately realize why this was done. The entire sequence before the interval is so powerful that it lays the groundwork to what's going to show down beautifully. For those who have watched Ugram, the arrival of Aradhya and her plight will not come as a surprise. For the rest, it might be slightly confusing at first, and Neel takes about an hour and 15 minutes to lead to the major plot. The movie is in no rush to get to the bottom of the drama, and post interval Neel हमें एक अलग दुनिया में ले जाते हैं, where fear is protocol that underlines everything. The ever evolving world of Kansal. Reminiscent of KGF, this kingdom is known across waters for its warrior might and snobbish aristocracy. A name nobody dares to mention, which for a long time is only represented by a logo.
उन्होंने खानसार के इस जंगल को किला बना दिया और इस खानसार को साम्राज्य बना दिया।
सलार का डायरेक्शन लाजवाब है। प्रशांत नील ने दिखा दिया कि वो एक शानदार किस्सा गोई है और एक्शन फिल्म्स के मास्टरमाइंड हैं। He is not only a good writer but good chronicler as well. A common thread in Neel's universe is the one that binds the hero to his mother. Just like KGF, the mother sentiment is predominant in Salaar as well. The way he's layered power with emotion is mind blowing. The world building, its colors, and the backdrop of a dystopian kingdom named Khansar is spectacular. Giving it a pure medieval treatment, he cherishes in his cinematic liberty to create intricate sets for throne room and a palace fortresses spanning the entire fantasy world. He has meticulously worked out on the finest of the details. From the history of Khansar, we learn of tribal origins from 12th century till the present. And to imagine this in itself and present in it the way he is presented, it is hands down commendable. He builds character by not just describing them but by showing their action and reaction in carefully controlled settings. Thus, we do not see Prabhas talk much or even do much for a long time. Using the actor's tall, imposing personality has created an aura, and this is the best he has been showcased since Bahubali.
इसलिए नहीं कि कोई बाहर चला जाए, बल्कि कोई बाहर से अंदर ना.
Credit when the credit is due to action choreographers Anpriv and editor Anbir Kulkarni. And a quick shout out to Bhuvan Gowda as well, the man behind the visual palette. With the first half being a mere setup, there is a lot of charcoal greys and black. However, with a bunch of action set pieces and monumental storytelling in the second half, we are introduced to the colored red, used to exhibit the despair of the tribal women. Vermilion red stems forth when they pray to the goddess Katerappa. And the entire ordeal that unfolds in this scene is nerve-wracking. With Deva declaring it's the time to paint Khansar red, he also foreshadows a full-blown bloodbath. Performances की हम बात करें तो Prabhas is a man of steel. Having watched in Hindi, I can say that there is no better man to depict the voice of Prabhas than the one and only Sharad Kelkar. There isn't much, but the ones that are there will definitely send shockwaves in the cinema halls and lead to massive hooting and cheering from the masses. Shruti Hassan has portrayed her character with sincerity amidst the substantial supporting cast like Jagapati Babu, Bobby Simha, John Vijay, Tinu Anand and Shriya Reddy. Jagapati Babu and Shriya Reddy stood out for me. They shine in the overall narrative and I cannot wait to see what they have got to offer in the later part. Prithviraj's contribution to the film remains a standout and should receive a praise for his compelling portrayal of the flawed Vardharaj Mannar. Lastly, along with a good narrative, a character also needs a good BGM to come to life. It needs a visionary music director such as Ravi Basrur at the helm. There was so much anticipation as to what he can do post his success in the KGF franchise. The monster theme, the mother's lullaby, these all have different fan bases. While the songs and the hype don't match the scale or the standards set by KGF, the sound of Salaar does depict the tale of friendship beautifully and achieves in ushering emotions. Overall, Salaar is an intense action set piece tale to the masses. In the midst of its mammoth action set sequences, though the brotherhood between Vardha and Deva deliver the much needed drama and is another feather on the hat for the much acclaimed writer and director Prashanth Neel. आपको ये वीडियो और मूवी कैसी लगी हमें कमेंट्स में लिख के ज़रूर बताइएगा. दिस इज दीक्षा साइनिंग ऑफ.